Henshaw here again, your friendly local constitutional kook out here in California. And as I'm sure most of you know, the mindless mainstream media, otherwise known as 3M, and all the crap about birthright citizenship out there. And it's a meaningless issue. And what you're going to learn is it doesn't exist. And like the 14th Amendment, it never has existed. And that's the real problem. And that undoes everything they have. That's the only body politic the de facto national socialist government recognizes. And it's the functional equivalent of what you will learn after you get my modestly priced material. Send me an email, uwinandcourt@gmail.com, at just solely that citizenship by soil, foreign state, subordinate, corporate made dead entities. That's all it is. It's corporate citizenship. And you probably ain't a corporation, are you? But that's what we're dealing with now. And we're going to learn all about that and what to do about it. And the great news is Trump knows it, Bondi knows it, and most importantly, the current justices of the U.S. Supreme Court know it. And that's where our leverage is going to come in and help us get a lot of settlements here without even having to file any claims against, foreclosures, mortgage bankers, evictions. I mean, you name it, it's across the board. The issues are all the same. There are no judicial courts anywhere in sight. And the Supreme Court knows that too. And they also know that they've been complicit here and are going to have to come clean real soon and tell the American people what's going on here. And when we get our appropriate cases there, and you'll learn exactly how to do that in the court's original jurisdiction. It seems impossible, but trust me, it's not. Send me an email, uwinandcourt@gmail.com, to learn more about that. And I have all kinds of documents just loaded with structural jurisdictional errors that you will learn how to present and at least constructively set the record. In your case, and by the way, this is true for much older cases because there's no statute of limitations on deceit, fraud, and treason committed by the perps in quote unquote official capacities. And a big clue here, and the Supreme Court knows this as well as I do, is that what we have now at best are executive administrative tribunals, yet we have people that purport to be Article 3 judicial officers in an executive tribunal like that. Can you say separation of powers? Whoa, that's a mind blower. And it has nothing to do with fucking civil rights, due process of law, any of that 14th Amendment crap. You have to have the right status and make the right issues, and that's what I'm going to teach you to do. Send me an email, uwinandcourt@gmail.com. And that's why at 77, I'm still going pretty strong here. I've had excellent health and a divine gift that I understand all this. It's taken a while to do that, by the way. And it's my job to help you. So when you get my material, to get some complimentary, phone calls, complimentary updates on documents, a complimentary Zoom appearance at a court hearing, if and when it's possible, to help you along and to get you there. And the documents say it with attitude and with authority. And when I say, for example, there are no states, you get an 83-page brief on that issue, the first 7 pages of which are authorities in support of it before you even get to the text. What are they going to do with that? And without states, and we are either at one and the same time lawful de jure jus sanguinis state citizens, and that's citizenship by blood, not soil, or we're inhabitants of states or territories, and even they have the right to common law trial by jury and habeas corpus. And this is where we're all going to get them, whether they're Africans, Asians, or what have you. And no, you're not members of the sovereign body politic now, which doesn't exist. Oh, by the way, it's been gone since 1868. And you won't be when the nation and republic gets restored, although there is a lawful way to do that, if we're inclined to do it. but nothing remotely resembling that happened with the 14th Amendment and the Reconstruction Act of 1867, as you will learn. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, and we can start working together here and stop these bad things. And you're going to love a lot of the documents you get. I've got a settlement demand letter to the perps as it is, telling them actually pretty nicely what you want to do is make the case go away. Remove all the files, take it off of every record that's out there, and oh, by the way, get your checkbooks out while you're doing it. Deceit, fraud, and treason. And here's a quote, and I can do this often off the top of my head. The case is called Cullen v. Virginia, 6 Wheaton 264. Oh, that's old law. They don't use that anymore. The current justices know this case. And what did that racist Chief Justice John Marshall say there for the unanimous court? That the court must exercise jurisdiction if it has it, but it can't exercise jurisdiction if it doesn't. The one or the other would be treason to the Constitution. That's what those framers did for us when they ordained and established this Constitution to ensure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Not Chase Bank, not IBM, not Microsoft. Us. We own the damn place. And we have to get out there and start acting like that. And that's going to change things quickly. And even better when you get my materials, you can teach your children and your posterity, because they don't teach any of this in mandatory public education system. I didn't get a decade ago, and I went to school right outside of Washington, D.C., and never heard anything like what I'm talking about now. And it probably was true for a good 30 or 40 years earlier than that. The New York banksters don't want you to know. It's that simple. Because when you do, you can now invoke creator endowed inalienable rights that have been there going as far back as the Magna Carta in 1215 for trial by jury for crying out loud. And we have not made any voluntary, knowing, and intelligent waiver of rights ever. Another fact we're going to learn. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, and I'll give you information about how to get my really modestly priced constitutional defense document packets. And it's just a wonder, and it works across the board. Doesn't matter what it is. Child procurement syndicate, traffic court, criminal court, you name it. That's all the same issues. And that's what's good about it. And once you get the ball rolling here, you've got a remarkable window of opportunity that we haven't had for 150 years. And if Trump can get some younger appointed justices on the U.S. Supreme Court, and I hope that will happen at the end of June when the court goes out of session. We'll see about that. Because when the shit hits the fan, it's going to be very ugly. And the Supreme Court is going to have to admit to the American people, we've been complicit here. But we've been doing our job for the last 5 years. We're going to be starting to do it faster now. And that's good news for all of us. If they want to go back to the original intent of the framers, God bless them. So we'll see how all that develops, but it's good news all the way around for us, and bad news for the perps across the country from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. And it's about damn time. So learn more, send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, and I'll get you information on my materials. And that said, I will see you next time on more upcoming videos. Thank you.